Yo, what's up guys, Kavik here, and today I'm back with another tutorial. It's sort of like, it's not a tutorial because even I don't know how I'm going to do this. You might see that picture in the thumbnail. So that is something I will be trying to create. So let's just hop into the geometry nodes, and what we can do is we can start by creating a plane. We'll add a geometry nodes and we'll call this ceiling lights, I guess. Okay, so for now we don't really need this plane, so we can just cut this, and you can just hold control and right click and just draw a slash, and it automatically gets disconnected. After that, what we are going to do is I'm just going to add a grid, and it's like the same thing. So what's different in this and this? So here you can just you have the liberty to change the dimensions and all. So I'm just going to keep it to 2 by 2, so it's like 2 vertices 2 by 2. You get the point. Here also we can see, so it's now starting from 1. It is starting from 0, like whole numbers, and as you can see positions, so I guess it's like 0 0 1 and 2 3, I guess. I don't know. So let's just keep this aside, we're going to need that, and I'm just going to set it to 1 by 2, I guess. So yeah, so after that, what we are going to do is we need to solidify this. Surprisingly, there is no like solidify node in here. So what we are going to do is there is an extrude node, so let's just extrude our mesh. As you can see, we have like a box, but the other problem is we are missing this face. So let's just keep this something like that. So the problem now we are facing is like we are missing the face, right? But we have the original plane also. So what we can do, we can just combine this. And how we are going to do this, we can either do like shift A and search and join geometry. This is one way to do it. So now you can see they are both connected, or you can do the same thing by just holding control and shift, and then right and then you just hover over the node, right click, and you can see this green connection getting. It just it is a really good shortcut to do this function. And yeah, this is a function with node wrangler, so keep that in mind that you, I guess at this point everyone has that enabled. So yeah, so we do have our points here. Okay, so now our challenge starts. So we have to get some points over here, so I know how to do that. We can use a distribute points and faces. We can use this, and I'm not going to do this after this because uh, if we uh, if we use distribute points and faces, it will also take in account uh, the side faces and this upper face also. But what we need is the only the lower face. I'm just going to add this, something like that. Okay, one more important thing after joining the geometry node, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you why this spreadsheet is important. Now as you can see, we have a box like uh, four face sorry uh, 6 faces, I guess. Yeah, 6 faces. I don't know how many lines and all those, uh, and but you can see, so by default, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, we should be having 8 vertices, but as you can see we have like 12 vertices. So what is this? So turns out, when you are doing the geometry node, it is the same thing as modeling. So what we have to do is we have a merge by distance node. You might have been using this in your modeling. So as you it is like the same functionality, but you have to keep this in mind. So it is it is very logical, just like modeling in actual without geometry nodes. So as you can see, once I need edit that, it becomes like up to a 7, and that is exactly right because we are also accounting for the 0 also. So we have this ready. So we have points 2. uh, let's increase some density. Okay, so the first thing I notice is I do not want this overlapping. So for that, we can just go to poison disk, and you don't have to click this always and like this. In Blender, if you hold control and just scroll it on the tab, you can actually just switch it. So poison disk, and I don't know how do we pronounce, is it like poison disk or poison disk, I really don't know.
On YouTube, and we are looking at how to pronounce this French word. This is also French, as in invented. How do you go about pronouncing it? Poisson is how it is said.
So so we are going to set it to Porsche, I guess. I really don't know how to. I'm just going to call it poison disc because it's like poison, whatever. So we do have our points here. Let's set it back to. Let's increase the density, and the best thing about this tab is you can create like a small distance, something like this, and you can actually check for the overlaps. So now there are no overlaps, and we can just increase or decrease this density. I'm just going to give it about like 90. Also the seed and the density factor and all those. Okay, so what we are going to do next is we need some lines on this to act like a wires and something like that. So for that, obviously instance on points, instance is on point, and we need something to instance. So let's go for mesh line, or should we go for curve line? Let's try with the mesh line. I'm just going to need only like 2 points. Okay, so we do have our mesh lines, but it is going up, so we need it to go down. Yeah. Okay, so this is done. The other thing what we need is as you can see, it is like all the points are going into like a straight direction, so we do need to add a bit of variation. So how we are going to do it, it is pretty simple. You take this scale value, and I guess we have to combine xyz. Yeah, we set it to 1, and on z we add a random value, something like this, and it is bit too much, so I'm going to reduce it by like 0.85, and okay. So as we can see, it is kind of working. I'm not going to say it is perfectly working. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to join this to see is it working properly. So yeah, it is. Let's keep this part separate. So what do we need now is we need points on these instances too. So how we are going to do this? Okay, I think what we are going to do now is I'm just going to keep this data alone for for the points only. I'm then going to use these two nodes afterwards to add some thickness, and that we are going to do. How we are going to do that? Let's check it out afterwards. Let's add some geometry here. Instances on points. So what we need is realize instances. So So now if I guess no, we do not need this actually. mm, what we can do is let's add a cube. mm, can we do like this? Is it possible? So yeah, it is possible, but I don't think it's the right way. mm, let's just move forward with it and we'll see what happens. We do need the proper particular selection. So how we are going to do this? I think I'm going to use a math node, and you have to basically tell the Blender that anything which is like greater than the position, I guess. Yeah, not greater, I guess, less than. Yeah, so yeah, anything like negative, keep that in, and anything positive can go, I guess. Yeah. So we do have our points right here. Now is might be the right time to realize the instances. Realize. Oops. So now we have like all the data. We can also we can just combine these things. Yeah. So now we have like proper. So what we are missing right now is like those light the thick wires, right? These things. So what we are going to do about this, I'm just going to use this same data. Okay. Let me try something. uh, let's try to control shift A and duplicate this, and what we are going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to mesh to curve. And the reason I'm using this node is because I want it to become a curve to add the thickness. So I'm just going to add curve to mesh. And the best part about this is when you are converting a curve to mesh, you get this profile curve thing. And what we can do is we can just add in mesh circle, I guess. And I'm just going to keep this like 8 because we do not need so many. And we have okay, so I don't know why this is not working. Input geometry has answer. Okay, so I guess mesh circle is not working. Oh yeah, it needs a profile curve. So sorry. Curve circle. So yeah, this is definitely working, and something like this should work, I guess. I can still go down. So what let's just take a moment and clean up this mess again. So, okay. So as you can see, we do have instances left over here. You can bring this join geometry node. I can just connect it over here. Then now let's go to a closer look and see. I think it's working really fine. The only changes we need is I think we need this input out. We do need the whole thing, the scaling and all those things. So this is it, and we do need this output. But the only problem is, guys, I do not know how to, how we can take this factor, out. mm, so we are going to, just keep it like -1 meter, because we can, edit these values in here anyway. So I'm not going to worry about it. The only reason I'm worried about, because then it scales on that axis, so I do not want to, do that as well. So I'm just going to say 0.5 and 1. And then you can just replace your this thing. Where's my cube? Yeah, then you can just, replace your cube with an actual light bulb or something like that, and it should be pretty good to, work. It is very simple actually. So let me just, get this. Okay, we do not need it uniform, so just going to separate it x and y. I don't need more than two vertices on each axis. So what I want to add is a density factor, and I'm going to add a seed also, seed value, because yeah, something like this should work. And what do we need? Obviously the minimum and maximum. And after that, do we need this value? Yeah, something like this. So what I'm going to do now, but I don't think so that was. So finally, guys, this okay, so then now what we need is like, yeah, we can just, can we do this? Just scale this a bit. I'm just going to bring this something about right there. Afterwards, what you can do is, just go to the layout. I'm just going to hide this, and now we have like a good ceiling light. I'm not going to, texture it and all, because uh, it's already, I guess, too long. I'm just going to, show you how this is working. You can do this. You can randomize the height to the seed value, the minimum. So there is this one problem I'm not going to, talk about is this stretching. I don't know why it's happening, but anyone, can tell me about this will be of much help, because now it's like looking like mushrooms, weird mushrooms. So okay, so anyways, guys, this was, just a technique of showing you how you can do this, and I guess I'm just going to leave it there for, for you guys to work on. And but for me, after some shading, this should look really well. I can work with this too. And if anyone knows, like, how we can, just get this scaling properly, because I know it is because of, this scale value, but then we also have to, so why I'm using this scale value? I should be using it on selection, right? And then we should, but then how we are getting this scale? Can use this scale, but then it's not working too, is it? Relative. I have no idea, guys. If anyone could, just fix this problem, please do let me know. I am I am out of my mind. So yeah, guys, thank you for this, and thank you for watching. If you watched till here, peace.